Hello everybody, welcome back to Uncharted 2. Picking up where we left off, we just reunited with, oh shit, button remembers, there we go. Fuck, what the hell's her name? Shit, really? I don't remember her name. We just reunited with her anyway. I can't fucking believe that. I'm just drawing an absolute blank on her name. But anyway, we just reunited with her and her cameraman.
It's over. We'll see about that.
I don't remember his name either. All right. Chloe, though. I mean, that's Chloe. I remember that.
Just keep moving.
Ellen? No. Fuck. I can't fucking believe that. She's in both games that I've played multiple times, and I can't, for the life of me, remember her name. What the fuck? Oh well. Anyway, so we found her on our way to the temple that had the Chintamani stone on it.
Help me with this door. On three. 1, 2, 3.
So I think that's this.
Thanks.
No, I don't. It might not be this door. No, it's not.
Great.
So yeah,
I'm gonna get across.
since the last time,
on the far side.
still haven't played number 3, but
Nice.
I did decide that I am definitely going
get
to
us
play
halfway.
it
Go on.
before I do the Let's Play in it. In fact, I will probably, if I can stop myself from turning on Portal nights, I will probably end up playing it this week, like the week that that this came out. So who knows? By the time that you're watching this, I may already be. Oh, let's see. This comes out Wednesdays. No, this comes out. Yeah, Wednesdays. So I probably won't be done it by then, but I'll probably make pretty fucking good headway. These games aren't very long. So this part here, you just need to pick up the thing, throw it in there. Nailed it, and boop, to get the car to go. So the reason I decided that I'm definitely going to do it is because, and I don't know why I didn't think of this beforehand, but because of the way I have to record them, I don't get any audio when I play this game. Because like the only thing I could think of to get myself audio would be to plug headphones into the laptop that I'm recording and just listen to the playback. But that's on a delay. It's not like a huge delay, but it's enough that it would be like the cutscenes or anything would stop and it would be like 30 seconds later or so. Maybe not. I don't think it's quite 30 seconds, but point is, it would be like a little bit of time later before I actually managed to respond or comment on it or anything. So, I mean, it's not the best. So, or it wouldn't be the best.
You see if you can flank them.
So, I mean, I'm just going to play through it. Because then at least when I play through it, I don't know if I will get it, like, 100%ed before we get to it for the videos. Maybe. I mean, this game isn't too long, but the fact that I record it only once a week probably... I don't have any grenades. Would probably mean that, you know, I'll might be able to get it done by then, because it, like, even like 6 parts or something that I think this one will end up being. I mean, that's still like 6 parts. Like, that's 6 weeks then, right? So, I mean, it's not like I'd have to get it done in like 2 weeks or something. The fact that I haven't started it yet and I've just decided to do it now does kind of make it a little bit harder. Oh, come on. Oh, my God. Look at that. On a turret, and it still took that much to defeat the armored guy.
Okay, we're all clear.
Does kind of... it kind of sucks that, you know, I didn't make that decision earlier because I had lots of time to do it. Although I guess, you know, I have been a little bit slacking in my catching up on stuff. Although I did finally finish Watch Dogs after the last video I recorded. The DLC. Like, not done, but I mean, I did all of the side stuff. Which, you know, I did... Most of it was available after, like, the first part I did, and I just didn't do it. I guess I just wasn't in the mood to play Watch Dogs. Like, I'd look at it and just be like, nah. Oh no, what's happening to all those people down there? Oh shit, they got a tank. I wonder if that'll come into play later.
Just come on.
It doesn't.
We have to hurry.
I mean, it does, and it doesn't. Like, we do have to deal with a tank later on in the game, but not in the city here. So yeah, haven't played 3 yet, although I did see... I was watching another Outside Xbox video, or Outside Extra video. I don't know why they did that. Like, it's 2 separate channels, right?
We should be safe in
But
here.
it's the same people on both channels. It's like, why the fuck didn't they just stick with one channel? I don't know if maybe they were 2 separate beforehand. And then they just kind of met and were like, hey.
How about that, huh?
You brought us right to the doorstep.
So I'm guessing it's not a coincidence that we ended up here?
No, not exactly.
God, you're an ass. Okay, just what is it you're after anyway?
See that symbol up there? It's called the Chintamani Stone.
Nate?
It's a massive raw sapphire. It's worth millions.
So let me get this straight. You're competing with a psychopathic war criminal for a mythological gemstone?
When you put it that way, it does sound pretty stupid.
Yeah, thanks for the input, Jeff.
And it's supposedly in this temple.
Well, no. Stone itself isn't here.
Hey, look at that.
No?
No, it's in Shambhala.
Shambhala?
Nate,
Yeah, you know, Shangri-La.
can I have a word with you, darling? On second thought, perhaps we should continue this conversation inside.
Good idea. Come on. All right, we should be safe in here for now.
This just doesn't add up, Nate. Lazarevich can't be after the money. He doesn't need it. You're missing something.
Come on, we haven't got all day. You two stay here.
All right, promise me you'll stay put. We'll be right back.
Famous last words.
Yeah. So like I said, I haven't seen
You don't think they're a couple, do you?
anything
They're not a
on
couple.
number 3 yet. Except for on one Outside
Yeah,
Extra video or Outside Xbox
is
video.
definitely
It was
a
about
hotel.
museums that you would just
Well,
skip
that looks
straight
like
to
the
the
Chintamani
gift shop
stone,
for.
alright.
And it had the,
Must be a hidden entrance here somewhere.
oh fuck, what's his name?
Wait, I've
The,
seen this guy before.
the pirate dude. Francis Drake. It was
Hang
like
on,
the
I'm gonna
Francis
get a
Drake
closer look at
Museum
this thing.
in
Sure.
Uncharted 3.
I'll just wait.
And
down
apparently
here.
that's where you meet Sully for the first time. So, I mean, I guess that's a spoiler, kind of. Okay, let's see. What is it again? The staff is...
It's
the
something
trident
to do
is
with
up.
arms.
The... What is that called? A Darote is sideways. The... Destroys obstacles. A hostile compass is down. And the dagger is in front of his face. Okay, so that's correct. So I guess technically that's kind of like a spoiler, but I mean, it's not a very big one. It's like, ooh, it's there we go in a flashback where we meet Sully, which, if anything, just makes me a little bit more excited. Because, you know, in the first 2, by first 2, I mean, you know, the first one and this one, they never explain how exactly you know Sully.
Nice work.
And, like I said, I watched the playthrough of number 4 a couple times now. And, even then, when you're talking to your brother in it, oh yeah, Nate has a brother, by the way. He says some comment about Sully, and Nathan's like, Sully's like family or something. And it's like, alright, so, you know, obviously he knows Sully from... Come on, dude, I want you to... Oh, well. So, you know, he obviously knew Sully from somewhere. But even then, they never went into detail about how he knew him. Like, he never explained to his brother how he knew Sully. So, you know, I am a little bit excited about that, to get a little bit more backstory. Because you get quite a bit of backstory by the looks of it in number
Nice
4.
one.
Thank you.
But most of it is stuff, because, like, they kind of, like, retconned in his brother, right? Because, like, obviously his brother is not in the first 2 games, or the third one, if I had to guess. Sully, I think, he might mention him, because I don't think Sully was surprised that he had a brother. Elaine, that's right, fucking just clued into that. Definitely was. See, I said Ellen too, and yet that didn't fucking clue me in. She was kind of fucking surprised to find out that Nathan had one, but I mean, yeah.
All right, hey, come on.
But yeah, I fucking love getting like backstories to characters. Like, I don't mind games like Uncharted or, you know, well, I guess I'm just going to stick with Uncharted since it was the first one. Like, I don't mind games that, like,
You all right?
don't give a backstory to their character right away. And in all honesty, I may very well prefer games like that. Like, there's two types of games that I like for a main. Oh.
What is it?
Chloe, this isn't just a dagger. It's a key.
Well, let's find out what it opens.
Like, two types of games that I more or less kind of prefer, which is ones where you start out as nothing and you build up with the character, like, let's say Assassin's Creed 2. Or games like the first Uncharted, where you just start and it's like, this is who this character is, go. Like, where there's no upgrades or anything.
Do anything?
I don't
Going down.
really like it when games
And
start a game. And now this,
found the
I
door.
realize that I'm about to say something that
we've
kind of
done it.
Well, technically,
applies
I
to this
did.
game, where it's like, I don't much care for
right
games
there.
that, like, start and then
What do you
do,
think?
like, a big flashback and you have to
Ladies
play
first.
back up to where you
If
started.
you say so.
Now, there are some games like Prototype who will do that, and you start out with, like, a bunch of powers and whatnot, and then you go back to when you're nothing and build up, and that's, I don't like it. I mean, I wish that they would have just built it up. Like, I know why they did it. They did it that way to get people interested, because
That's
if you started
actually
as
kinda
nothing,
romantic
people
of you.
may not
All right.
have kept playing the game afterwards, right? Whereas you show them what they can
The
become,
word chocolate and flour.
and then they're like, oh shit,
Oh, you know me so well.
you know, this is going to be awesome.
You're not going to get us trapped.
Now, I
in
realize
the
that this
darkness
game
30 meters underground, are you?
Probably. A little bit
Starts,
of a drop.
and then you end up going through a
Right, I'm
couple
coming.
flashbacks. But the thing is that you don't lose anything.
Little
And they
drop.
kind of gave up on it, as you
Maybe
noticed.
I underestimated.
They did like a couple flashbacks, and then
What do you
just
make
kind
of
of
this?
were like, okay, you're just going to play
It's like
up to
some
that
kind
point
of
now.
tree.
Now, the only thing that I hated about that is that when we get back there to that train,
Got me.
they're going to make us climb the train again. Like, that's
opening up
literally
down
the
here.
only part that I don't like about the flashback parts of this, is that I then have to reclimb that train. And it's not that it's like a hard climb or wastes a lot of time or something. It's just annoying, basically. Oh, no.
You have got to be kidding me.
Come on. Could be worse, right?
Oh, shit. Not spikes.
Okay,
Anything
that's
but
worse.
spikes. If only there was a
Yeah,
way
this is
to
really
prevent
romantic.
this from happening.
Spikes. I hate
Do,
spikes.
do, 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 do,
We did it.
do, 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 do. Oh, got it.
Let's get the hell
Hang
out of
on,
here.
hang on,
Sorry,
wait for it.
Life is still flashing
Wait,
before me.
it's not gonna come back. Oh well, there we go. Not, you know, the hardest thing to figure out. The only way that you fuck that up is if you never look at that wall. Although I guess, you know, I think the first time I played, I like saw that and like ran over to it. And was like, I was like waiting for like a button prompt to do something.
Huh.
And then, but I still never died from it. Like, they give you plenty of time to figure that out. So like we fell down that hole there. And for some reason it raised these spikes. But yeah, and then there's games like Metroid and that where
Oh, this must be the
what
place.
was the other one I was gonna say? I can't remember what it was. Where they're like
Hey.
sequels.
That thing
Like
looks
all the
weird.
Metroid games, I think,
Yeah, it
are
looks like the
sequels to one
perma
another.
Uh-huh.
These lights
So like
must
I
activate
like the
something.
first one I ever played was Metroid Prime. I don't think I played any of the ones before it, and I haven't played any of the ones since that. And I never even beat Metroid Prime. It is on my list of
have to
games that I
bounce the
want to
light
play,
around the
though,
room.
but I'm going to download onto like my Wii U and play it because like I'll sit there and watch like a movie or something and play on my gamepad on my Wii U. Like that's how I'm playing Ocarina of Time right now. I'm almost done it, so you know I will need
I
something
think
new
that
right
worked.
away.
It looks like it lowered the first blade into place.
And I haven't decided between Metroid or like Super Mario
One
64.
down, two to go.
I also want to like replay the Wind
What do you
Waker and
reckon?
play the
Can I
Twilight
climb that
Princess. I
thing?
mean, I think
I'm
I've
gonna
played
have to
like
climb that
3
thing.
new games on my Wii U. It's ridiculous. All I use it for are old games. But you know what? It's still a use, right? Oh, I don't know why I did that. But yeah, as I was saying about Metroid and that, it's like, it's a sequel. So like the first Metroid game, you don't have anything, I'm assuming, at the beginning, and there's no explanation probably because
here.
it's a pretty fucking old
We
game.
can get a better look.
Okay, be careful up there.
And then, you know, you probably gain your powers in that. Like, I've seen, I can't remember what one it is. I saw one of the Metroid games played, not to completion, but enough to get the gist of it. And, come on, dude. Yeah, like, he didn't, I don't think they had anything when they started, and then they just gained everything as they went, which is fine. But then you get to games, and like that's every Metroid game. Like what I just described is every Metroid game. They're all sequels, but you have to collect the same stuff.
Seemed like such a good idea down there.
Get back up there. But like you're collecting the same stuff in every part. Like you're collecting the morph ball, the charge cannon, the well, in Metroid Prime you had like different visors you could collect too. I don't think those are in all of them, but like the bombs, the rockets, all that. Like, you're getting the same upgrades in every game, even though it's always a sequel. And it's like, it's like, why? Like, why can't you just start with the upgrades that you gained in the last game and maybe add in some new ones? Like, I realize that games like that tend to shoot themselves in the foot because, like, the way they built Samus, there isn't, like, any shooter, basically, right? It's hard to give upgrades. Games like Prototype or even games like Banjo-Kazooie had a lot of upgrades to them. Because like in Banjo-Kazooie, you start the game, you have almost nothing. I think you have to learn how to fucking jump.
Chloe! Adjust the other reflector.
But then after that,
Nice work.
you when you start Banjo-Tooie, which is the sequel, you get to keep all of that, and then they give you more. But that's a game, and that might even be why they never really made a third Banjo-Kazooie. Like, they made the nuts and bolts thing, but it's just a racing game. And that might be why they never made the third one. They didn't want to do the thing where they take away powers, but maybe they couldn't think of enough stuff to give you to warrant a third one. And most people, and you know, if you don't get a sense of character progression in a game, people tend to shit all over it. So like Uncharted, there's no real character progression, but even so, as you play, you get new weapons. Like, you get different weapons and whatnot. So there's still a little sense of progression. Whereas in a game like... and it's also like a very story-driven game, Uncharted. So, you know, that's the main thing. Games like Metroid and Banjo-Kazooie and that, they're gameplay-based. Like, you don't play them for the story. Like, the story is fine, don't get me wrong. Like, they have a story, it's there, it's fine. But it's a very basic story. Whereas Uncharted is a very in-depth story. So when you play the game, you don't really feel like there's no progression because you're still working towards your goal. Whereas games like Metroid and Banjo-Kazooie, or even games like Castlevania, you have one goal that you start the game with. Which is, oh shit, oh no! Which is defeat the bad guy. And that's the entire game. So, you know, you don't really progress until you have officially defeated the bad guy, right? So, you know, a sense of progression is more necessary in those games. And so, you know, they can't just start Metroid and give you nothing. They have to start it, take away all your shit, so that you can feel the sense of progression as you collect your abilities again. Which is kind of, like I said, a lackluster way to do it.
Good, that's
but
it.
It's hard for shooters to give you a sense of progression. Like Banjo-Kazooie made the first game, and then they made the second game, and still managed to give you a whole slew of new abilities. That's because it was a 3D platformer with, you know, magic and shit in it, you know? Like, they can change it up as much as they want. Games like Metroid, it's sci-fi. Technically, they can change it up a lot, but they just don't.
Coming down.
This is cool and all, but you have to wonder, like, I'm always skeptical when anything is activated by... Oh, shit.
No!
What the fuck just happened? Anyway, whenever something is activated by light, I am always highly skeptical of it. Oh, it started to move. Oh, it sunk back in. I'm always highly skeptical of it. Because, like, nowadays, you know, they have light detectors and whatnot. But, like, what the fuck are these guys using where light hits it and it activates something? I guess they might get, like...
Down this guy's throat.
Oh, my God, dude. Are you fucking... You're stuck again?
Guess so.
They might get something that's, like, Oh, pfft, really? Come on, get down. Get down. Get down. There we go. That maybe is like heat detection, maybe? Because obviously the sunlight hitting it would heat it up. But I don't know. It's weird.
Whoa. That's amazing.
Chloe, I know where that is. It's right here. You see the shape of that peak there?
Uh-huh.
Here it is. Which means... let me use your back. Which means... the entrance to Shambhala must be right here.
So, we did it.
We did it. Yes. We did it. Oh, crap.
That kills the mood. There's only one way out of here, you ready?
Let's go.
So yeah, like, you get shit like that, and it's like, how the fuck did all of that get made back then? And you might think it's like, oh, well, I mean, advanced race from back then died out because of X, right? And sure, I would accept that. Except that very rarely will you ever get to a point in any game like this, including this one, by the way, where even when you make it to the end, it still doesn't sufficiently explain how any of this came to be. Like, nothing fucking... Like, when you make it to the end of the game, it's not like, oh, this is how they managed to do all that. They had this technology. It's like, no. They don't explain any of it. You just make it to the end and it's like, oh yeah, these people, yeah, no, it's just something that happened. Like, they never fucking explain to you how any of this fucking took place. Or how they managed to do any of this. And it doesn't get... Actually, you know what? I was going to say it doesn't get much better, but, I mean... it makes more sense. Because, like, obviously this wasn't built by the people from Shambhala. It was built by Marco Polo as a guide to Shambhala. So, I mean, there is that.
Shit. They must have gone
But
right through Jeff
even
and Elena.
so, it's still
We've got to
bloody
get back to the
ridiculous.
entrance.
Like, they still had, like, sailing ships and whatnot, but they had light-sensitive triggers. Oops. Jumped there for some reason. Oh, no, and... Oh, fuck you, and... Got ya. Oh, shit, you didn't... There we go. Fuck you. Go, trigger discipline. Oh, God. Yeah? Fuck you. Oh, I nutted him. Oops. Jumping again. Oh yeah, this was a game. I was trying to think of what game what game it was that I used a fucking burst fire rifle. I can't remember what I was playing. Maybe it was. I think it might have been Watch Dogs. When I was playing Watch Dogs last. I couldn't remember for the life of me what game it was that I used a burst fire rifle. And I don't know why I couldn't think of it. But yeah, just for some reason I couldn't remember. I knew that there was like one game that I've ever used a burst fire, because I generally don't care for burst fire weapons. Because, you know, they're more accurate than an auto rifle, but they don't do as much damage. But obviously they're not auto, and they don't do as much damage as single shot rifles. So it's like, it's the middle ground, and I don't feel like very many games actually manage to strike a balance between them. it's always like they are like you may as well either use an auto rifle or use a single shot. Like there's very like this game is the only game that I can actually think of where it's like, oh, the FAL, oh, that's a burst fire. I will definitely use that. Whereas most games where if it's like a burst fire, I just like completely ignore it. Oh god. Headshot and boink. There we go. Get you. Yeah, fuck you too. And, oh, nope. And get you. Cause yeah, I don't know. Just most games, if you have a burst fire, like I think for Watch Dogs, the Goblin, the Spec Ops Goblin, well, I think just the regular Goblin, is a burst fire, and I use that. But pretty much the only reason I even used that in that game was because it was the only silenced rifle. Like it still kind of sucked because it was burst fire. Where was that other AK? Oh god, there was two there. But I mean, it was silenced, which helped, and it was a rifle, so it had range to go with the silence. So this part here, no matter which side you go around, that's the side that these dickheads come around. Now, I don't know if it's because, like, they hear you or what, but... Oh, just toss that there. Bonk. Should have got rid of him, I think, yep. But yeah, I don't know. Just most times, like, it's either... Because, obviously, if you go with single shot, you want to go for headshots, more precision, which is usually what I prefer. And then with the auto rifles, the automatics, you generally go for body shots because it's a bigger target and they always have a kickback and knock you off kilter and whatnot as you shoot them. So if you aim for them, you know, center mass, it's easier to keep your bullets on target. So most games, it's one or the other. Generally, if you can kill people with body shots, like easily enough, like that there, that's why in this game when I'm playing on the lower difficulties, I use like the AK or the M4 and that a lot more. Whereas like when I play through them on hard or crushing and that, I use the FAL because there is no single shot rifle in this besides the sniper, which, you know, is good, but obviously it's a sniper. It has a hell of a reload. So that is a pistole, which is basically a sawed-off shotgun. So it is really good, but, you know, it has the same downside as a regular shotgun, which is it's useful up close. Let's see, I have 60... Ow, fuck you. Oh god, not another headshot guy. Okay, switch, because I need precision. Now, these guys here kind of suck because when you have it automatic, because it's hard to keep it... That'll work. Because I think that other guy threw one down here, yeah. Because obviously it's hard to keep it on point, and it takes a few bullets to knock off their helmets and that.
Oh shit.
But even so, at least they were nice enough to give them. I say that, but I mean they were, you know, they're nice enough to give them shotguns, so you know they have to come close to kill you. It's like, yeah, but you know, on the higher difficulties, they well, I guess they still can't like kill you from a range, but it's still rather ridiculous sometimes. Oh, got him. So these guys here can give you some grief, especially when they do that. Like the only reason I even took 3 trigger pulls to kill that asshole is because he flinched like out of the way of the stream of bullets, which kind of sucks. Which is another thing for burst fires, right? It's like on games, oh man, did I actually manage to get somebody with that? I fucking nailed him as he was gonna throw that. Nope. Like most games that have bullets either have really not overused. What is it? Overacting. Oh, that's okay. When it comes to like, oh, I got shot, so they'll like fucking like careen out of the way. Or they don't have any at all. You'll get, for the most part, it's the sci-fi games that don't seem to have any, like, impact to their bullets. Where it's like, oh, I'm shot. But in a lot of those games, you have, like, armor or force fields or that, and it kind of makes sense. Or you get games like this where they do have bullet physics based on, you know, if you hit somebody, they react. But
We better keep moving.
He's hit.
I'm okay. Let me see.
Oh.
All right, you're gonna be fine. All right? Think you can stand? I think so. All right, come on, I'll help you. No, leave that. It's busted anyway. Here we go. Up.
Nate.
He's fine. Aren't you, Chief? All right, get the door open.
He's never gonna make it. We have to leave him.
What? No.
Get the door open,
Gonna
Chloe.
get us all killed.
so this part here
Let's go.
is one of the parts that is absolutely horrible on the higher difficulties, even with the one-shot kills and whatnot. Because obviously with the one-shot kills, you can just like clear these guys up, but they are...
Hey, in here.
Oh my... Which way am I going? Which way am I going? They are infinite spawns. Oh, where the... Oh, I'm lost. I'm already lost. And it's just fucking horrid. Because you have to know exactly where you're going, which isn't the hard part. The hard part is doing it because on the higher difficulties, you do get a little bit more leeway on this, but you still die insanely fast because it's a higher difficulty. Like, you don't die, like, on Brutal, you don't die nearly as fast as you do for the majority of the game. Also, I had way more bullets than that. Why did I lose bullets when I picked up this asshole?
Come on!
But I mean, there's just parts to it, and like, he does that every now and then where it's like, you have to pause and like, heave him up. Which, you know,
Bastard.
isn't necessarily bad.
Clear.
The only problem with it is there doesn't seem to be any, it just seems to be not necessarily random.
Got you!
But it's definitely not consistent. It's not like every 5 steps you have to, you know, whatever. Well, obviously if it was every 5 steps, it would be fucking ridiculous. But like, you'll be, like, it'll hit you at the most inopportune moment.
You're gonna be okay, Jeff. You're gonna be okay. Stay with
And
me.
obviously you can't force these guys to move any faster.
This way.
Oh god, there's a turret. Oh shit. Like, you can't force those guys to move. Like, if I go up to that door, it's not going to make her go and open it faster.
I'm okay.
Man, she took that rocket like a champ. Like this part here, you do get a lot of checkpoints. Like, that right there was a checkpoint. Now this part here took me fucking forever on Brutal. Because there's no way to put this guy down. And there's guys that come out of that truck and come at you. And then obviously the truck moves there. So like, I died so much because you get shot from both sides. And even with the little bit of damage protection they give you, because obviously you're not going to make it without being shot, it's still ridiculous. Because if he does that at the wrong time, and by the wrong time I mean at any point that people are aiming at you, you're dead.
Shit.
It's all right. We can make that.
He can't.
Oh, no, you don't.
We don't have a choice. Nate? Okay. You tried, but it's over. He can't go any further.
We can't just leave him here to die.
He is as good as dead already, and so are we if we don't go now.
Then go.
Yeah. Nobody's stopping you.
Chloe.
I was trying to save your skin, you idiot.
Chloe? What is this?
Sorry.
Drop the guns. Seriously.
Get her out of here. She's hurt. Take her to the train. Unbelievable. You just can't help yourself, can you?
I guess that makes us even.
Not quite.
So, this little man is Drake. Did you carry him all the way from the temple? Shame. No! Now, tell me what you found in the temple.
The answer that you're looking for. Okay? I know where the stone is, but you're not gonna find it without me. So just let her go, and I will lead you right to it.
My shadow. You are the reporter who has been biting at my heels. You better pray that he is not bluffing. Search him.
Come on. That is brilliant, mate. Here.
It appears you have nothing to bargain with, Mr. Drake. Return to the staging ground. Prepare to move out. You, come with me. You. Take care of them.
No problem.
How can you work for that monster?
Beats working against him, love.
So that's it, huh? Just gonna mow us down in cold blood?
Looks that way, doesn't it? Get up. I said get up!
Run!
Stop there!
Surprisingly enough, this section on Brutal and that, not difficult. You would think that it's very similar to the other ones, but no, I don't think I even died on this one on Brutal, which is a fucking surprise.
Elena, don't stop!
Oh fuck, what was I gonna say? Shit. Oh yeah, Nate really needs to learn
This way!
that, you know, like, I get it, he marked it on the map. He should have put like 4 marks on the map and just trusted himself to remember which one was the real one. Because, I mean, sure, he didn't think he was going to get captured, but I mean, just in case, right? I mean, you should always prepare for the worst. Like, you know, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. It's the best, like, because even just because you prepare for the worst doesn't mean you expect it to happen. It's just in case.
You alright?
Yeah, never better. You?
Nothing I won't heal. Okay. I think we lost him. Never should have got you into this mess.
You didn't. I got here on my own.
Nah. I mean, you know, the rest of it.
Oh, we knew what the stakes were. Okay, so, what do we do now?
I'm going after her.
Of course you are, typical. Go after her.
Flynn said something about a train. Which means they would have taken her to the rail yard. Here. So it should be that way. Past the water tower there.
Nate, she pulled a gun on us.
I know.
She was about to pull the trigger, too. They just beat her to it.
It's complicated.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Flynn knew she was with me. If Lazarevic finds out she double-crossed him, you know what he'll do to her.
Yeah, I've seen his handiwork.
Then you know I don't really have much of a choice.
Honor among thieves, huh?
Something like that.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
I don't have the faintest idea.
Good to know that some things just never change. Okay, let's go.
What? Oh, no, 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 no. You're not coming with me.
Nate, shut up, okay? We have a train to catch.
So,
Water tower.
I remember what I was going to say before now, by the way. Has anybody ever seen Paper react the way Paper does in this game or the majority of games? You know, it's not just this one. Like, a lot of games... Okay, so games tend to have, like, 2 kinds of paper physics. They have the ones where paper is just stiff as cardboard. Like, there's no actual physics to it. It's just you hold it and it's just there. Or they tend to have physics like the physics of the paper in this game. This is also really iffy Because when you kill him, his gun tends to do that. But yeah, like I've never seen paper be that floppy. Like that is a ridiculous amount of flop it has. Oh, I can't see. Get down. Take cover. And that's generally like the other way that paper works in games. Get him. Got him. And it's absolutely ridiculous. So I think this is a part where you can, once again, stealth it. I think it's fairly difficult to do, but I do believe that it is, in fact, possible. Just very hard. So I'm going to attempt it, but just like most of the stealth parts of this game, it's like, which I do kind of like a lot of games are like, you can play it your way and they'll give you like the option for stealth. And then you can also technically, like I'm going to use Hitman as an example. Theoretically, you can run and gun. Is that guy armored? Yeah, he is. I don't know if I can actually stealth kill an armored guy. Only one way to find out. Like technically in Hitman you can run and gun, but it's absolutely like you can't. Like even on the easiest difficulty, it's like, hey, you can run and gun. It's like, no, I really can't. Get him. Jump over that. Get back in here before that guy turns around. All right. So I will wait for him to patrol and then see if I can take him out. But yeah, because like Hitman, any of the, I guess you could in the originals a little bit. Like by originals I mean like Blood Money, not originals. I've never played like the original Hitman. I played Hitman 2, Silent Assassin, Hitman Contracts, Blood Money, Absolution, and I never played the oh nice, you can stealth kill him. All right. And I never played the newest one, although they do have a you can now download like the first mission for free, I think.
Were you impressed? Got all those guys all by myself?
Yeah, got all those guys by myself.
Okay. Use the word impressed.
So you know, I have been tempted, but then I know that if I get the the first mission that's free, it's gonna add all the achievements onto my gamer card, including the ones that I can't get. So I just haven't brought myself to do it, and I'm just waiting for it to go like really cheap on sale. Hey, and there's a gun up there for you. But yeah, like in Blood Money, I successfully would run and gun at times. Generally on like, weirdly enough, on like the professional playthrough, because they have the same kind of difficulty curve as anything else. You know, the higher up you go, the more damage you take, the less damage you deal, or the more damage they take. I guess it's not you're dealing less damage, they're taking more. This part here, also horrible and brutal. You have to know precisely when to move on these signs. Like you need to know, it's like, okay, I've killed this many guys, so now I need to jump over the sign. Okay, now I've killed this many, so I need to jump back over and drop down. It's pretty brutal on the higher difficulties. Because obviously you're kind of exposed on the sign. And also when you blind fire, when you're hanging, you blind fire straight ahead of you, no matter... Oh, there you are. Oh, I die already. You blind fire straight ahead of you, no matter what. Like you can't like aim to the side while you blind fire anything. Oh man,
Got him. I think that's all of them.
Nope, that's not all of them. Quick, jump over. Now this part here, you gotta jump over and drop down, because there's guys over there as well. These guys will also throw grenades at you, by the way. And when you're playing on the higher difficulties, if you have the infinite ammo perk turned on, just grenades are the way to go for it. Like you just grenade the fuck, because they're the only thing you can aim. Like look at when you blind fire, he just fires straight ahead of him. There's no controlling, like I can't aim over there and blind fire at that guy. And so like with infinite ammo, you have to go grenades, or you're not fucking finishing that on brutal, because you die way too quick. Like you pop up and you're dead. Once again, just reinforcing, oh fuck. whenever they change the camera angle on me, I always assume that I don't have control over them. And it always takes me a second to be like, oh yeah, I control him here. Come on, the walkway isn't that small, dude.
Been waiting to use
More ammo
that.
for my foul, though. Let's see, what did you guys have? I think one of you had one too, but you probably dropped it down below. All right. What the fuck was I talking?
Nice, we're at
Oh,
the
you
water
remember
tower.
But yeah, I mean, like,
All right, stay low.
yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what I was talking about now.
Ugh. So you got a plan B?
I'm working on it. There she is. Flynn's got her.
Second thoughts?
No. Okay. They're about to take this show on the road, so we're gonna have to move fast. Now I'm going down there alone.
Nate.
Wait. Just listen. You never listen. Meanwhile, you're gonna go over there, snag us one of those nice-looking
4x4s.
4x4s. You're gonna be the wheelman. I'll sneak in. I'll grab Chloe. You come in right behind us.
With the getaway car.
With the getaway car.
Yep, got it. Got it?
I got it.
Go.
So, this part coming up, right?
You all right?
Whoa.
This part coming up. Playing it on any difficulty fucking sucks. So if you've ever played this game, or the first one, and I'm assuming the third one, to get the infinite ammo and one-shot kill perks, you have to beat the game on hard. You unlock both of them that way. You cannot unlock either of them by playing on normal or easy. I don't think you unlock any of the perks if you play it on easy, and I think I think those might be the only two that you don't unlock by beating it on normal. Which is why the first time I play through this game, I do play through it on hard whenever I play through an Uncharted game, or so far. Because then I can unlock those, and then there's always a way, or there has been so far anyway, to, I guess you would call it cheating, but it's to turn on those perks on the higher difficulties, because you're not supposed to be able to use them on Crushing or Brutal until you've beaten the game on Crushing or Brutal. And even though they unlock from beating it on hard, I mean, hard is hard enough that they shouldn't make you beat Crushing and Brutal to use the perks that you unlock for beating it on hard. Because, like, if you beat it on hard, why the fuck would you play through it again on hard with tweaks? Like, just don't. Like, don't. Just play through the fucking game on normal at that point, and you can do it without tweaks. Or on easy, like I am right now. But this part here, even with the tweaks on Crushing, I died so many times. Because you get fucking surrounded here like a motherfucker. And this asshole killed me a bunch, because I would always forget that he's there. Oh, fuck. Not to mention the snipers that show up.
Come on, Elena.
Because that also happens, because, like, obviously, as you know, if you take a bullet, it fucks up your shot. So when you're trying to hit a sniper way out there, and there's other guys shooting at you, it is absolutely horrendous. Now, you can't... Oh my god. You can make it through this without shooting the snipers at all. Obviously. You don't... I don't know if this is... I think that... I want to say this is on a timer. Like most things like this in games, it'll either be on a timer, or it'll be like... kill either a certain guy or so many guys. And this one here seems to be timer based, just because like that right there, like the fact that this sniper showed up leads me to believe that's timer based, because I just sat there for so long without killing anybody. And he still popped up. I do have snipers down here, but the FAL is better for this right now, just purely based on the fact that
couldn't get any worse.
I can pull the trigger more often. Oh shit, then there's these guys. Shit. So then there's these guys here. These are the heaviest armor guys that there are in the game. And during this part of the game, as far as I'm aware, there is zero way to defeat them. They just kind of, like, at that point, like when they show up, you're done. Like that's the end of this. If you pop up, you die.
Get in!
So you just gotta wait for...
So,
Like,
you got a plan C?
Yeah, floor it.
What?
I'm getting on that train.
What are you, crazy?
Just get me close enough to jump.
Guess that answers that question.
Step on it!
So, how do you plan on getting her off that speeding train?
Haven't thought that far ahead.
Of course not.
Okay, here we go.
No, hold on. Almost there. Just... now! Jump!
Alright. So we are now on the train. So this locomotion here, this is the last achievement or speedrun achievement
Must have Chloe in the front car.
for a specific level. And it was the easiest one for me to get because there is no part of this where you lose control of your character. So this part here can be a little... It's really easy to make it down the train, by the way. The only reason the speedrun might be a little hard is dealing with the enemies that show up. There are things that... I guess they don't show up on this tanker. So yeah, like there are enemies. Also, why the fuck do I have an AK now? Didn't I just have like... Whatever. Once again, not overly bad on hard this level, but on crushing and brutal it was once again fucking horrible, just purely based on the fact that I'll take that there are lots of times where you'll get shot. Like I'll point it out here in a second. Nope. There are times where you're like hanging off the side of a train and you can be shot by guys that you can't possibly shoot yet.
See ya.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't think you can. I also don't think you can do that. I just based on that right there, by the way, is what I'm basing this on. I don't think you can do this stealthily.
Sorry, boys.
Obviously, if
Take
you're
your punch
doing
your
the
tickets.
speedrun for it, you don't even bother to try to do it stealthily. You just pick up guns and you try and make it through, and you just like go through everyone. You know what? I do want that. It will definitely come in handy later because there's a lot of closed-in spaces. Come here, you prick. And nope. Oh, bitch. But yeah, there's a lot of closing spaces on this. But yeah, this achievement, I didn't mind for the speed run. It wasn't bad. I still don't know, like, every time that I've done the speed runs, I've always finished the game on hard and crushing. And then I either, at that point, go for the speed run, or I do brutal and then go for the speed run. This one here, I did brutal first, and then did the speed run. But for some reason, because I don't know how the individual level speed run achievements work. And by that, I mean, like, obviously I have to do a speed run of the entire game anyway. So it may be more worth it to just do, like, the full speed run first. Where the fuck did that other guy go? Did he, like, jump into the train I was just in? Oh, shit. Maybe he backed up. Because I don't know, like, if you do... Like, this one here, I think, was, like, in less than 7 minutes. So it's like, if I do it in 7 minutes...
Someone will be along to take your drink order.
Does that count as part of... Like, would I get the trophy for it? Even though I wasn't in, like, that specific level? Like, I don't know. I imagine so. It would be dumb if it didn't. But I still have never... That was weird. I've still never had the confidence to just go for the full speed run and hope that I get those. So now this part here is where they start introducing the train mechanics. Which is that right there.
Whoa.
So this part here, right? You can get screwed pretty harsh depending on what side you go
Heads
off.
up!
Like those guys there, they're fucked. But like if I went off the left side of the train there, they would have, from the roof of this train, a very clear shot at me. And they can, oh, I guess I'll have to go off the side. And they can fucking rinse you. Like they can just
Tank?
rinse your health.
What the hell do they need a tank?
You already know that they had a tank, dude. And why would they leave it behind? They got what they went to that city for. Oh, shit. So then they also introduced these. Now, those things are really annoying because their only purpose is to fuck you up and make you wait. So, like, you have to wait 1, 2, drop, go. And then you have to make it to the next one. You have plenty of time to make it to the next one, but you do not have enough time to, like, drop down and make it to the next point before the next set comes around. They are spaced very precisely to make you wait, which kind of sucks for the speedrun, but still, like I said, you don't ever lose full control over your character, like in the other speedrun achievements. So it's not bad. And like I said, I did this on easy, because you can do the speedruns on easy, thankfully. So, you know, I imagine, well, I know that I can beat this in less than 7 minutes.
Oh shit, what's that noise?
Yeah, there it is.
No way!
So there's actually 2 levels. This will also be the last part that I do, this video. But there are 2 parts to this train level, or well, 2 levels that involve the train. And we don't get to take out this helicopter until the next part. The perks of being on easy, by the way, is you can do that. Like that right there, that was fucking retarded. That I actually managed to just like run through the bullets to make it here.
Don't you assholes see the helicopter?
Because, you know, obviously it's a fucking helicopter. That's a fucking cannon on there. And I managed to just like bum rush my way through. Now this is another point where it's like if you had... Because another one of the things you get for beating the game, and I think for doing other stuff as well, for collecting treasures, I think, is how you unlock it, is you unlock weapon select. So like, this is another point since, you know, it's a... shit. I tried to stop. When you're on a ladder and you hold up, he just automatically climbs over. Whereas when you're on the side and you hold up, he doesn't. So yeah, I was holding up because I was climbing a ladder and he just automatically climbed up when I didn't want to. But yeah, this is like, I don't know if you can get rid of this helicopter if you use weapon select. Like I don't know. I would, like, it would make sense if you could and you just like pulled out a grenade launcher or something and unloaded into it. But I don't know for sure. Because the helicopter can't blow up the cars that you're on until you're off of them. Like, it will shoot rockets and that, but I don't think it will ever blow it up until you're gone. Oh, fucking I missed. Oh, fucking I didn't. Damn it. I didn't grab my M4 again. So I died on this part at one point. I don't remember which playthrough it was. But like I got the door open and then the cart I was on exploded. Like it fired the rocket again. So those might be on a timer. It doesn't seem like it because it's one of those things where it might be on a timer. Or like it might be it's like, oh, when it hits this timer or this other thing happens. So that is the end of chapter 13. We're now in tunnel vision, the last part with the train, because there's only the 2. So we just survived all that, and we are now in this tunnel. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.